Hi guys, welcome back. We saw in our previous video that how lungs become the primary excretory organ for fat loss. और हम 84%, 84% of our fat is exhaled as carbon dioxide. So is it that simple that we inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide and we also lose fat? And I had said that no, it is not that simple, and because there's a whole lot of biochemistry that is happening inside. So that is what we are going to understand today as to what are the secrets of fat loss. और हम ये समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि जो ये फैट ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेस है इसकी क्या क्या गुंडियां हैं. Because the whole idea is that this entire process is not that simple as it may sound. But the whole idea is to take home certain key points. कुछ एक गुंडियां आपको पकड़नी पड़ेंगी, आपको समझना पड़ेगा. तभी जब आप अपने आप को अप्लाई करते हैं, और अप्लाई कैसे करते हैं आप एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, आप वॉकिंग कर रहे हैं, जॉगिंग कर रहे हैं, स्विमिंग कर रहे हैं, आप कुछ खाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कुछ एक चीजें ना खाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आप सो रहे हैं, आपको कितना सोना है, कैसे सोना है, सोने के क्या फायदे हैं, कौन से एक्सरसाइज के क्या फायदे हैं. सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू एप्लीकेशन, if you have this basic understanding of fat loss, you will be able to apply yourself better. Now, before I start, for the first time in my 14th video, and I've been advised to say this, please do subscribe to my channel. Please hit on this red button and subscribe. Also, share my videos and share my channel with friends and colleagues and people who really need to reverse lifestyle ailments, reverse diabetes, reverse obesity. मेरे सारे videos sequentially numbered हैं. ये मेरा this is my 14th video, and all my videos are sequentially numbered so that anyone who wishes to understand, so that he or she is able to apply correctly, is able to go through in a logical manner, in a sequential manner. So yes, please do subscribe to my channel and do share it amongst your friends and people who need it. So now when it comes to fat loss, the entire process of fat loss can be broken down into 3 steps. Step 1, lipolysis, the process of breaking down of fat molecule. ये fat molecule जब तक टूटेगा नहीं, it cannot be used up. It has got a glycerol backbone and it has got 3 fatty acids. तो ये जो 3 fatty acid है इसने टूटना है. So this first step is called a lipolysis. The second step is जो ये 3 फैटी एसिड्स हैं, दे हैव टू रीच द टारगेट सेल, चाहे वो आपके मसल सेल्स या मसल टिश्यूज हैं, वहां इसने पहुंचना है, एंड दैट इज वेरी क्रिटिकल. सो द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ दिस फैटी एसिड्स टू द टारगेट सेल इज द सेकेंड स्टेप, एंड द थर्ड स्टेप इज ऑफ कोर्स द फैट ऑक्सीडेशन, एंड दैट हैपेंस नॉट इनसाइड द सेल बट within the cell. There is something which you all know is called mitochondria, और ये फैटी एसिड माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के अंदर जाकर फिर ऑक्सीडाइज होता है, एंड वी गेट एनर्जी एज एटीपी और एडेनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट. सो दीज आर द 3 बेसिक स्टेप्स: lipolysis, transportation of the fatty acids, and the third step is the fat oxidation, which we also call beta oxidation. Okay, now let's quickly understand one by one what are these. Okay, lipolysis is breaking down of stored body fats, and for this, a quick little diagram to make you understand. Now, this is an average fat molecule or a triglyceride. These are the stored fats. If you see, what is highlighted in green is the glycerol, and that is the backbone, and then there are 3 fatty acid chains. Now, you need to break this, and for this, you need an enzyme, you need lipase. तो ये lipase आकर ये 3 फैटी एसिड्स को तोड़ता है ग्लिसरॉल बैकबोन से, और तब जाकर ये 3 फैटी एसिड्स को हम यूज कर सकते हैं फॉर फैट ऑक्सीडेशन. The second step, as I said, is mobilization. Mobilization of these 3 fatty acids. ये जो 3 fatty acids हमने एक ग्लिसरॉल बैकबोन से तोड़कर अलग किया, इन 3 फैटी एसिड्स को आपने मोबिलाइज करना है, और मोबिलाइज करके आपने कहां पे लेकर जाना है? यू हैव टू टेक इट टू द टारगेट सेल. Now for this you need a transporter. आपको एक ट्रक चाहिए और ये ट्रक जो है आपके शरीर में एक प्रोटीन जिसको हम कह सकते हैं प्रोटीन एल्ब्यूमिन, इट्स इन द ब्लड, प्रोटीन सेरम एल्ब्यूमिन, they act as transporters to carry these fatty acids to the target cell. And this is a very very critical stage of fat loss, because जब तक आपका ये fatty acid ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं होगा, ये जाएगा नहीं टारगेट सेल्स पे, तब तक आप फैट लॉस कर ही नहीं सकते हैं. एंड हेंस वी विल डिस्कस दिस स्टेप फर्दर. ओके, द थर्ड थिंग विच आई सेड इज beta oxidation or fat oxidation, wherein the fatty acid is converted into energy. Now, once the fatty acid reaches the target cell, it enters into the cytoplasm. The problem is that it has to now further enter into the mitochondria. And if you see, to enter into the mitochondria, there is a substance called carnitin. इसके बारे में आपने बहुत सुना होगा, लोग इसके ड्रिंक्स और सप्लीमेंट्स लेते हैं. Carnitin is found in foods. We'll discuss it. So you need carnitin for this fatty acid to enter into your mitochondria. Now, mind you, the 10% of our body weight is mitochondria, and we need to have a lot of mitochondria in our body. If you have a good mitochondrial density, obviously the fat loss will be easier and faster. Okay, जैसा कि मैंने बताया, हर स्टेज की कुछ गुंडियां हैं. And very quickly in next 5 minutes, we'll just go through all the 3 steps. So there are certain things which activates and there are certain things which suppresses. Now, when we come to step 1, lipolysis, there are certain activators of lipolysis and there are certain suppressors. So let us see them one by one. Now, what are the activators of lipolysis? The first is exercise or aerobic training. Now, why is it important? It is important because when you exercise, when you do aerobic exercise or aerobic training, especially on an empty stomach, and I recommend that to everyone, especially to the women, that you need to be in a fasting state of 10 to 12 hours, and that is why your morning walk, your morning jog, your morning aerobic exercise is so critical. Because आपने जब रात का खाना खाया उसके बाद 10-12 घंटे बाद आप जब एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो आपको उसका फायदा मिलता है. और फायदा कैसे मिलता है? When you do aerobic training, especially in an empty stomach, your adrenaline response is higher. Now, adrenaline and noradrenaline, which is also called epinephrine and norepinephrine. Now, these two hormones are absolutely critical for fat loss. You just cannot lose body fat without these two hormones. And these two hormones, when they are released during exercise, it is very good for the body. And they are key to fat oxidation. Okay, so what happens? These two hormones, they activate beta adrenergic receptors, which stimulates the two important enzyme hormones, the sensitive lipase and the adipose triglyceride lipase. Lipase जो कैची, जिससे कि ये कैची नहीं आएगी तो आपका फैटी एसिड आपके ग्लिसरॉल बैकबोन से नहीं अलग होगा. So that is the importance of doing exercise and ensuring that you secrete these hormones in your body. Okay. The next is omega-3 fats. Now, we need to have good quantity of omega-3 fats because they are good activators of lipolysis. And I will cover a lot of all these in my nutritional videos, which are going to come up very soon. And the third and the most important thing is caffeine. So caffeine, you can get it from dark chocolates and from coffee. Dark chocolates, not dark chocolates loaded with sugars. So there's a difference. So yes, caffeine is also a good activator for lipolysis. Now there are certain suppressors of lipolysis. कुछ एक चीजें हैं जो lipolysis की इस प्रोसेस को, ये जो टूटने का प्रोसेस है, इसमें बाधा डालती है. And what are those things? The first is your hormone insulin. Now I have spoken a lot in my previous videos about insulin resistance and how to make our body insulin sensitive. That is how you are going to lose body fat. That is one of the secrets of losing body fat. It is very, very important to get your fasting blood insulin checked. it is very important to know as to how much is your insulin resistance. And I've explained that in my video, Take Charge of Your Health. So yes, insulin is a big suppressor. It just stops the process of lipolysis if there is too much of insulin in your blood. And yes, as you know, टू कार्ब हेवी डाइट, बहुत ज्यादा अगर हम खाना खाएंगे जिसके अंदर की ग्लूकोज है, उससे इंसुलिन ज्यादा मात्रा में रिलीज होती है ब्लड में. Pancreas secretes more insulin into your blood, and hence it sort of stops the very first step of fat loss. The second thing which suppresses your lipolysis are beta blockers. Now, beta blockers are used in various blood pressure lowering medicines. So yes, if you are having those, you need to change the medicines. You must consult your doctor. But beta blockers also suppresses lipolysis. And the third thing, which many of you may not like, but unfortunately it is very true, it is alcohol. So you need to either cut down or moderate or stop intake of alcohol when you want to lose body fat, because you don't want anything to suppress the very first step of fat loss, that is lipolysis. Okay, step 2, and step 2 is a critical step in fat loss, and that is mobilization. अब आपने पहले स्टेप में फैटी एसिड्स को ग्लिसरॉल बैकबोन से अलग तो कर लिया. अब जो आपके शरीर में इतने सारे फैटी एसिड्स हैं जिनको कि आप तोड़ने में सफल हुए हैं, उनको आपने ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है, आपको उनको लेके जाना है. और लेके जाने के लिए आपके पास व्हाट इज द मीडियम? इट इज ब्लड. So this transportation of free fatty acids to the target cells is a critical part in fat loss. And for that, you need to focus on only one thing. एक ही गुंडी है, and that is to have a good capillary density. So you do understand what is capillary density. That is the key. So regular exercise, occasional endurance exercise, high intensity interval training, moderate intensity interval training, they all add up to increasing your capillary density. Also, there are certain flavonoids, or you call it antioxidants, like diosmin and hesperidin. So intake of food which are rich in these also helps to build up your capillary density. So for example, oranges are high. So I'm not saying that you take oranges because oranges have got sugar also. आप oranges ज़्यादा लेंगे, उसके अंदर sugar या fructose, जो कि ultimately will break down into sucrose and glucose, आप अगर वो ज़्यादा लेंगे तो आपका पहला step, जिसके अंदर high insulin suppresses, तो उसमें effect पड़ेगा. So I will cover all this in my nutritional videos. But what I am saying is that if you need these antioxidants, these flavonoids to increase your capillary density, you need to pick up the right food items. So yes, take lemons for example. So the gundi for this step 2 is to increase your capillary density. Okay, the third step is the fat oxidation, जो कि हमने पहले cover किया, which is happening in the mitochondria. Now, after this free fatty acid has entered into the cell and it is in the cytoplasm, it needs to get into the mitochondria. And मैंने पहले भी carnitine का जिक्र किया है. So you need to have food which is rich in carnitine, because carnitine helps in pushing this fatty acid into the brain of the cell, which is mitochondria, where the fat oxidation will happen. You also need to have food that is rich in alpha lipoic acid. Food like spinach or palak, beetroot, tomatoes. So once you take foods like these, they help you to build up alpha lipoic acids, which pushes or helps in pushing the fatty acids into your mitochondria. The second gundi of this step 3 is to increase your mitochondrial density. And this can happen with two things. You need to build your muscles. The more muscle mass you have, there will be more mitochondrial density. And for that, you need to do strength training. So yes, I tell everyone that after 40, after 45, you need to increase your strength training. And that is not to become a big bodybuilder. No, that's not the aim. You need to do strength training to do this step 3 of fat loss. So yes, besides doing strength training, you can also do something which is called sweet spot training, and we will talk about it later, because later on, after this, I'm going to follow up with videos on nutrition, and then I'll cover a number of videos on the correct forms and types of exercise, in which I will cover this sweet spot training. But broadly, what I can explain, it is something like you do training, or you train in such a manner that you reach 75% of your maximum heartbeat. So yes, strength training and sweet spot training, these two help you to increase your mitochondrial density, which is so critical for fat loss. So yeah, these are the things. This is reality. There is no magic that happens inside your body. When you try to imagine fat loss, there are no quick fix solutions. You have to understand and apply yourself correctly, and then only the fat loss will happen. So what is critical for fat loss? What is required for fat loss? The correct form of exercise, exercise in which you do aerobic or you do cardiovascular training at the right time. You also do a lot of strength training and HIIT, or high intensity interval training. You sleep properly. You take your adequate sleep, you take adequate rest, you give adequate recovery time. मैं सबको बोलता हूँ, exercise जितना जरूरी है, उतना ही जरूरी है आपका recovery periods. Sleep is critical, diet and nutrition, so I'll cover as to what is the importance of diet and nutrition when you try to imagine as to what should be my overall effort. And it should be 60 to 70% is the effort of your, is what you are eating. So diet and nutrition is critical. Managing stress. These are the gundis. These are what are absolutely essential for fat loss. And that is what this channel is all about. That is what I'm going to talk in the N number of videos that are going to follow. So thank you guys. Keep watching. Remain happy, remain healthy. Bye-bye.